Hello, Year 3 again. I've got one more guided reading lesson for you now, just a short lesson about one of the other extracts from the story of Freddie and the War. So let's find the screen. Here we go. So today's date and the what today is to discuss characters' feelings, thoughts and motives for actions. So today again we're looking at Freddie, but also Michael. So if you remember in the story, his mum has to go away, Freddie's mum has to go away, and Freddie has to go and stay on the other side of their road with another family. And in this family, there's the older boy, Michael. Okay, so if we were in class, obviously we would have the books to look at, we would have the texts where we could find lots of these answers. We could use our background knowledge, all about the war that we've been learning about, and we could also be making predictions and asking questions about the text. Okay, in this bit of the book that had led up to this, there was lots of talking between the characters. So the little bit we're trying to think about today is when Freddie was staying with Michael, they had to share a bedroom, which obviously Michael didn't like very much. But they used to play a game where they would pretend that they were fighter pilots during the war. And Michael was always a little bit unfair. He always made Freddie be the German pilot, and he was an English pilot. And they would pretend to be in their Messerschmitts and Spitfires. And obviously, Freddie would always win. And Michael would always win. And Freddie got a little bit cross about this and a little bit upset about this. And it was always the same. Michael never let Freddie be on the winning side. So we got to this little bit of the text. Okay, and at the end of the game, sometimes if they wanted to end the game, they would be allowed to press something on their wall. It was like a flower in the wallpaper, and that meant that a bomb would explode. And if that was pressed, then that would be the end of the game. But because Freddie was smaller and younger than Michael, he never managed to press the button to end the game. And Michael just kept winning and winning and winning. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this little bit of the text here. So this is on your daily planner today for you to have a look at. I'm sorry, it's not a very good copy. So they've been playing these games again and again and again, and Freddie's kind of had enough. So they've ended up sort of having a fight, and Freddie wants to press the button on the wall. "I won't let you," yelled Michael. He seized Freddie's left wrist an inch away from the wall. Freddie struggled. His finger was nearer and nearer. "Nearly there," he gasped. "You wouldn't dare," grunted Michael. His face was red with effort. With a superhuman push, Freddie managed the last inch. His finger landed square on the iris and stayed there for 3 seconds before Michael could pull it away. "That's it," Freddie shouted in triumph. "I've pressed the button. We're all blown up. You, me, the lot. There's nothing left. The game's over. You've lost." Michael let go of Freddie's wrists. He stalked off back to his own bed, threw himself on and pulled the bedclothes up sharply. "These games are silly," he said. "I only made them up to take your mind off things while your mum's away. I might have known it would be no use doing something sensible for a little kid." "I stopped you winning, didn't I?" said Freddie. He felt really pleased with himself. Once again, he slept contentedly till the sun through the window woke him up. So your activities today are to have a look at those little bits of text. You can highlight them, you can underline them, annotate what is on your sheet or just draw it on the screen if you would like to. So the first thing I'd like you to find is what words or phrases suggest that Freddie is happy at the outcome of their battle. So this fight he's been having with Michael, have a look. How do you think he is happy at the end? What tells you? What words or phrases tell you that Freddie is happy? And then what words or phrases suggest that Michael is unhappy about this? And then finally, give 2 impressions that this phrase creates about Michael. So what's your impression of Michael when he says this? "You wouldn't dare," grunted Michael. His face was red with effort. So what's your impression of Michael? What do you think about him as a character when he says those words and how he says them as well? Okay, so hiding under the blue boxes are some answers to those. So just have a go at answering those on your sheet, or you could answer them out aloud. Just pause the recording and then we will go through the answers. Okay, hopefully you've had a good go at those questions. So the first one, what words or phrases suggest that Freddie is happy at the outcome of their battle? Okay, you might have chosen, he felt really pleased with himself and he slept contentedly. Oh, sorry, spelling mistake there. Or slept contently. It means he slept happily. And he shouted in triumph. So we've got 3 things there that Freddie did to show that he was happy at the end of this fight. And then how do we know that Michael was unhappy? Let's have a look. He stalked off back to his bed. Okay, it just tells you how he's moving there. And stalking off means that he wasn't very pleased. He pulled the bedclothes up sharply, so pulled them up in a kind of a cross way. And he also said, "These games are silly." But wasn't he the one who made up these games in the first place? Well done if you got those. And then finally, give 2 impressions that this phrase creates about Michael. "You wouldn't dare," grunted Michael, and his face was red with effort. So what do we think about Michael with those 2 sayings? Let's have a look. Michael is really trying to stop Freddie from pushing the button and winning the game. Okay, so he doesn't want to lose, does he? He doesn't want to lose at any cost, even though he's older and you would think more sensible, but he's older and stronger, so he doesn't let Freddie ever win. So he's really trying to stop Freddie from pushing the button. So he's grunting with effort and his face was red as well. When you try and do something, sometimes you go a little bit red in the face. Maybe also Michael is trying to scare Freddie and being a little bit threatening to him. "You wouldn't dare." Okay, what's going to be the outcome if Freddie does do this? So he's going to scare him into not doing it. Okay, well done, everybody. So that was our last little extract from Freddie and the War. Okay, well done if you managed to really dig deep into that text and give your opinions, give your impressions of what was going on. That's the last lesson. So thank you very much again for listening. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Bye-bye, everybody.